What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk. Get this. Oleksandr Usyk's team is already preparing for Tyson Fury undisputed match in December. Wow. Tyson Fury's promoter Bob Arum says that he's already had positive conversations for an undisputed heavyweight clash with unified champion Oleksandr Usyk for later this year in December. If Usyk, 19-0 with 13 KOs, wins his rematch with Anthony Joshua on August 20th, Arum will look to make an undisputed fight between him and the current WBC heavyweight superstar boxer Tyson Fury at the end of the year. As long as Fury doesn't price himself out with his $500 million request to take part in the undisputed match, we could have an interesting fight this year. Quote, Bob Arum says, he said, I would hope to do that fight in December, maybe, or early next year. And he said that for through the interview he had with Barbershop Conversations about the undisputed heavyweight fight between him and the Ukrainian. Let me counterpunch. Oleksandr Usyk's team has already reached out, already having conversations. And the fear, what's the fear of what Tyson Fury's demands have been? First he said he's going to retire, then he says $500 million, then he says, you know, he'll do it for free if it's only Anthony Joshua. Then we heard Frank Warren say something, now we're hearing Bob Arum say something, you know, around the same ballpark, like, hey, this fight could happen, he'll fight the winner. I'll say this. If he asks for $500 million to fight Oleksandr Usyk, that means he doesn't want to fight him. That means he is pricing himself out, because why would you ask for that amount of money when a guy that you've already shot down that said he's too small, he's little known in the heavyweight division, he doesn't speak English, and it's not really worth that particular fight, or really worth marketing-wise a fight to make. Okay, so if you still ask for $500 million, that means you're pricing yourself out based on what you already know or based on what you already believe. Okay, and if he does take the fight with Usyk, you know, that means he just wants to show himself the best, which that's all I ever wanted for Tyson Fury, you know, because he is one of the best, and it would be a damn shame for us not to see that fight. That's almost like Mayweather never wanting to fight Manny Pacquiao, right? That would be one of those things that if it never happened, boxing would be greatly cheated. But it did, and then we still felt that boxing was fulfilled to a certain degree, but a lot of people think that boxing was cheated. Nonetheless, but anyway, it did happen though, you know. But what does this say also about Oleksandr Usyk's team? Oleksandr Usyk's team, you know, it shows their confidence of them winning their rematch against Anthony Joshua. So the question is Oleksandr Usyk overlooking Anthony Joshua? Because, you know, were those guys already making talks and conversation? They're just assuming, you know, the best possible outcome, which is nothing wrong with that. But, you know, I think if Joshua heard that, I think he should hear that. Why? Because they're already counting him out, like a lot of people are. And I think that should fuel his fire more, you know, to get in there and upset this turn of events or this possible direction or path that Usyk's trying to go. You know, he's trying to go up that path of undisputed. So it's like, hey, who wants the undisputed, him or me? Damn that. I'm better at rematches. I've proved that against Ruiz. So we'll see. Bars. So I think at the end of the day, Usyk and his team, you know, are confident that they will beat him. I'm not sure if they're necessarily overlooking him, but based on what I just heard, I could believe that. If someone said that Oleksandr Usyk is overlooking Anthony Joshua, you know, I couldn't argue with them, because that's exactly what people do. They look forward and towards another fight, start negotiations with another fight. I know Alec Krusuk is that guy, you know what I mean? Him and this other fellow, I forget his name at the moment, but you know those guys are already trying to make that fight happen. But, you know, so are a lot of things taking place. But I think one fight at a time. That's my belief. So the same thing I'm saying about Usyk is the same thing I've already said about Anthony Joshua. Focus on the fight in front of you. Then we'll see what happens at that particular point in time. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Team Usyk already making conversations about a possible undisputed fight with Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.